Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're wrapping up our Toylanta 2026 exclusive coverage today with the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom exclusive, Moshi-O. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Over the past year, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legions, Valaverse, AWOC, Zesray Studios, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy with how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. All right, here is a look at what I'm going to guess is probably exclusive packaging, the black and the red to look more like the Thundercats packaging, because that's what this is, of course. This is a tribute to Lion-O. You've got his hand over here, which is like the claw shield. You've got one of their swords painted up like the Sword of Omens. It even comes with a shorter version of that sword, which is pretty cool. Some extra hands in that exclusive colorway. I'm sure this guy is going to be available for purchase outside of the cons in the future. I'm sure of it. So don't fret if you weren't able to make it to Toylanta. I do believe you'll be able to get your hands on it eventually. There is some artwork. I'm not sure if this artwork is new, but it might be, or at least it's in a new colorway. And then here on the back it says, Moshio is a clever bard thief whose music is as sharp as his blades, often clashing with Hannibal over the rigid laws of the king. Moshio lives by rhythm, freedom, and instinct, with a tune on his lips and mischief in his stride. He can turn enemies into allies and chaos into celebration when battle calls. His cry rings out. That part, you know, is definitely Lion-O. Let the music play and let another legend be born. There is clearly some music, and with the name, there's clearly some backstory here that I need to ask Jason about. I love this old school retro style, like cross sale of, you know, the good guys and the bad guys, and then here's the collect them all and don't forget to heat up your purchase. So that's really dope. Maybe that is some exclusive artwork done just for this release, because there it is in that colorway. If not, yeah, this is all, I think, except for one piece. I think this is all reuse, except for one piece that I see. But what a brilliant reuse. So let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look. All right, taking a closer look at his accessories, we do get a red grasping hand and a red fist for his claw shield hand, and then we get a full complement of, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't even pay attention to that. They also give you a regular colored, like the tan colored gripping hand and fist, in case you don't want to use this as a Lion-O tribute. You can use this as like the regular colored hands. And then over here on the left side, we get a left and right gripping hand. And then we also get a right punchy hand, which is really cool. As far as the weapons go, we see this little short blade, which we've seen before in red and silver. And then we get the Sword of Omens type sword with the red and silver and the blue right there for the Eye of Thundera. And here is Moshi-O himself. And you can see, like, right off the bat, this is one of the heads we've seen before. I believe this head is actually on my favorite figure, which is the Vero Atlas head. We've seen it in a couple of different color variations. The only thing that I'm seeing that's new here is this upper torso piece. This is the only thing that seems new. I don't think I've seen this before. Maybe it's on an upcoming figure. The rest of this is all reuse here. I love this idea. This is brilliant. Jason is pretty creative in what he came up with. I really like the nice gradient right here of the light into the dark tan, which is pretty cool. Also very much like Lion-O. Now you're not going to get any room, I don't think, maybe you can, to store like the short sword in his claw shield. That's definitely not the case there, but he does look very nice. And you know, with them coming with vertical hinges options for their hands, of course you're going to be able to get him, you know, holding the, you know, Sword of Omens above his head and doing the Thundercat call. Now also, if you don't want this red hand and you do just want him to be like a regular warrior, this of course is removable, and then you just toss on a different hand over here and you've got a regular warrior that you can mix and match and pop and swap with the rest of your AWOC figures. Yeah, and I think that's really cool that they included that, you know, if you don't want that Lion-O tribute. But who wouldn't, right? Like, you know, these are, you know, one of the charming things about the AWOC figures that I love is that, and this was definitely a conscious decision on Sparrow's part, is that they look like toys that you would have had in the 80s. They look like there was a cartoon and here are the toys that were made from it. And that's what I love about them, is they just have that very toyetic, like 80s toy aesthetic to them. And I think that that is super, super nice. I do want to get his sword back in his hand, and then I do want to bring out a couple of comparisons here. Let's stand this guy up right here and get him standing straight up. So I did want to bring in a couple of Lion-Os. Here is, I believe this is the deluxe Lion-O that was like, you know, the $30-ish one that would show up at Target. And then here is the LJN toy colorway Lion-O. As you can see, yeah, we're definitely in that Lion-O realm. And you know, if you wanted to go so far as to like try to remove one of these belts and put it on him for a custom, I'm sure you could, or like, you know, maybe figure out a way to like post this hand on here. Either way, I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, you're definitely getting that Lion-O vibe without being like into that legal danger zone of copyright infringement. I may even go so far as to say that I may go in here and paint his hair up a little more red, just for me personally, because this is my own personal copy of the figure that I bought and that I'm going to keep on my shelf. So I may push it even a little further. But yeah, it's really nice, and they scale very well. You can see they scale perfectly with your Super 7. So if you wanted to mix these guys in to your Super 7 Thundercats display, you certainly could. So yeah, Jason, another banger, and just wetting the whistle for what's to come, because Sparrow has a lot of really dope releases coming this year, and I can't wait for them. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of, you know, modern toy lines doing tribute figures like this? Do you like them? I particularly like them for an exclusive, because it's not something that you have to have for your shelf, but it's a nice to have. It's not a, you know, like a main character that needs to be integrated. And with the backstory that they give him, maybe we'll see him in some comics soon in the future. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about modern toys doing tributes to other toy line figures in general? Be sure to check out our podcast called Across the Toyverse. A new episode just came out this week, and we just recorded our next episode, episode 15, so it'll be coming out very soon, hot on the heels of episode 14. Be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.